What's going on, everyone? What's good? Yeah, yeah. I want to just speak about a few things. Just speak about a few things real quick. Yeah. I see we got this bullshit ass election going on, and this shit is so damn funny, man. Um, I'm actually surprised they chose this nigga. And what you guys got to understand about this election, notice this: the last time, every time we have a so-called Republican in the office, some crazy shit happens. Remember, they had, well, not we, but they had Bush in office. Then it was 9/11. Then you had the Trump in office in 2020. Then we had the pandemic. And when no one's when everything, because everyone's saying that, oh, the country's gonna get better, because both parties are fucking retarded. So I just want to put that out there. Like, the bitch is fucking stupid, and Trump is stupid. They're all fucking stupid, retarded. But the thing is, though, like, anytime they put a Republican in the office, like, some crazy shit happens. And it's something that it fucks, because they'll say that the economy was better before 2019 and the jobs and all this shit, and 2020 it fucked it up. But then what fucked it up? It was the fucking, like, pandemic. It was something that even that nigga couldn't control, because why didn't he shut down the fucking pandemic? So it's funny how every time when, like, just notice, like, what's gonna happen, because Neptune's going into Aries in 2026, so that's gonna be midterm. So when Neptune gets into Aries, it's about to be a whole different type of system and vibe. This is why a lot of that trap music and even like sipping lean and doing shit like that while, like, making rap music and all, it's dying out, because that's Neptune and Pisces. We're getting into Aries, so it's a different type of vibe. It's gonna be a different type of world. So, like, there's got to be some other shit that's got to probably go down, and, like, because they're changing up the system right now, and I didn't even know. This is why I never told you guys who was going to be the president, because I didn't know who would. I didn't know, because they choose it based upon it, and they can even switch it up and change it to somebody else a few months before, or whatever. Who knows? Like, they could switch it up. So I didn't know. That's why I didn't choose. But all I gotta tell you guys is that just wait, and you're gonna see something's about to fucking happen within the next couple years due to this presidency shit. Like, you're gonna see something happen, because it's a Republican in office. So there's gonna be some crazy shit. I guarantee that's probably gonna end up happening. So, and I told you, because they're switching up the system. Like, you see how, like, I told you, remember back in 2020, how, like, they were giving out free money. This was back in 2020, before they bought, like, a so-called liberal or whatever in the office. They were giving out free money. They were they had the pandemic. Everyone got to stay home, and they're giving out shit. They allowed everyone to steal shit. That's why I told you, motherfuckers. I told you guys, go out and steal a whole bunch of shit. They were allowing it because they let the liberals in office. They were giving out free money. They were making laws and allowing people to loot. And if you were smart, you were able to get, like, a lot of money. I knew, like, a lot of people were able to get, like, 2020, they were, like, driving to the areas where they were looting, and they would get like hella money, and then they had certain, like, laws where you can go up in stores and steal hella shit and then resell it and all this other crap. I told you motherfuckers to get in on that shit, cash in, all that shit shut down. Me seeing them put this nigga in office, I already knew it was shut down, because I'm seeing a lot of a year ago in my city. In my city, there was a fucking article saying that police were not taking calls for any type of theft that is for any local business, and people are pissed. This was August of 2023. I remember that shit. Fast forward around that time, around July of 2024, I start seeing posters around the whole city. If you steal, we prosecute. There's an app and all this, and I'm seeing all these different laws, and they put this nigga in office. So we're going to get into a different time. They're switching shit up, because what's going on is a lot of people aren't participating in the system like they need to be, like Gen Z, and people aren't having kids no more. So their system is dying, regardless if they want it or not. There's not going to be enough people to even be in their system, because there's not even that nobody's having no kids. So their system's already done. They're going to have robots and fake shit. So they have to switch everything up, and resources are getting, like, kind of scarce. Not that they're scarce for the land, because that can't happen, but it's scarce as in terms of their vampirism and their demonic um draining of the people. That's getting kind of scarce. So they have to try to raise inflation, lock shit down, make shit more like, all right, we got to put this shit in order. Like we got to clean up house because nobody's wanted to do shit. That's part of one of the reasons that like there's inflation, so they can try to motivate Gen Z and try to make it uncomfortable. But they don't understand like it's a spiritual time right now. So like if you're on your spiritual path and you're in a certain alignment, things are going to work out. This is why you'll see people say, how are people making money or how are people surviving in these times? It's like because it shit works out. And this is why they can't have you on your spiritual path, because if you like, especially like if you're in the hood or in a certain negative situation and you're on your spiritual path, things will work out for you. And the way the system's designed by default is going to drain other things. So for example, like there have been times like I found like $100 on the ground, or I'll find some lady's purse on the ground, and there'll be like $500 and some gift cards. I'll find shit like this, and usually when I find them, on a certain feeling and vibration, and I have a lot of things like mentalities. So that alone will cause a problem because now she lost her car, she lost her shit, but then in a way, it's like the spirit will make you find a way to get your life ready good, but it will make you find a way in a good way, like in a normal way. But if you're in a very constrained situation where it's hard to get out and you're on your path, it'll make you find your way. And then sometimes that may lead to other things in the system being like tarnished and fucked up as a result of like there was like, for example, let me give you an example. There was this guy, he found $100,000 on the side of a ATM machine because I guess the owner forgot to put it in there or some shit. They left like a bundle of money. So the guy found the money, but he returned it. But like shit like that will happen. But that, you see how that's a problem for the system. But then like a little mistakes like that. So if you're on your spiritual path, I'm not saying that will happen, but things will happen which will benefit you. And the more restrained your situation is, the more things like that may have to happen for you to get out of it. But if you're not in a restrained situation, it can go naturally or fluidly or whatever. So this is why they don't want people on their spiritual path, because it kind of makes it where their shit doesn't really work. Their fear tactics and their things don't work, all the way down to like breatharianism and all that other shit. Like it goes deeper than just the money and shit. So you got to keep this in mind. So we going into a different ship and shit. So you have to be on your path to really solidify like any type of like protection and be on your shit. You have to solidify like being on your path, and especially in these times, because we coming into a new time. There's going to be new shit. All the shit that they say that the Republicans are going to fix, like all the people who vote for Trump, all those conspiracy nuts and crazy people, and they're always like, oh, Trump this and he's a savior. Whatever solution that they want, whatever solution that they're trying to obtain, even if they to get that solution, who's to say the so-called government is just going to make another problem that's going to not make you be able to really acknowledge and be aware or even enjoy the solution? So like the pandemic shit, the economy was so-called perfect and good and everything, right? But something happened, a floating thing in the air that destroyed it. So nobody could control that, even the people that said that they were Republican, even though they could. It's all fake. But you see what I'm saying? Like, so how you know I know the same thing's gonna happen? So even if they were to fix everything, something could just happen to make you have to, because you have to, the way the system and these Masons and these faggot Jews and faggot Masons work is they need you to pay attention to them. Their life depends on it. If they don't monitor this YouTube, if they don't do the shit they do, they're gonna, because they already have to reap what they sow. So even if they do the right thing, they still have to reap what they fucking sow. So right now it's like they're in a hard position, because once you do some fuck shit, like, I don't know, run a fucking whole goddamn world, fucking Dr. Evil faggot, it comes with a lot of problems and issues that the average person doesn't have, because who the fuck, I don't know, runs a fucking world. So they have a lot of fucking shit they gotta deal with. So they're like in a situation where they gotta like, it's like, who gives a fuck really? You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Flashback. Um, yeah, it's fucking crazy. This shit is fucking crazy, man. You gotta understand, like, what the fuck's going on here. Kind of missed my point, but you said that you go back and forth. policies, few years. Yeah, like it's what I'm saying. It's back and forth. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. Don't take any of this shit serious. Like you guys got to understand like what the fuck is going on here. Like they're trying to they need to drain people's energy. They need to drain. So they have to. That's why I was going on. They have to. Everything they do has to be draining the energy because if they don't have nothing. Their life depends on it. So the same way how we build prana, chi, and energy, and we have this awareness, and we have things that we do, like our own inner self fuels us because we don't need it anything. They need the people to fuel their shit because they're on such a low like evolutionary scale spiritually. Their shit is so fucked up where they need the people's energy to get energy themselves. So if they weren't even to be in their situation, they can't even be in a situation like you because they'll end up just dying off. Like they need the people because that's how fucked up they are. This is why they have to keep doing this shit on the internet and monitor everything and keep being updated because they're in a situation where anything could happen bad for them. So like they have to be on their P's and Q's and be in that flight or flight stress mode. This is why they have to project it onto you in a way such as you having to pay rent, taxes, bills, and get here. Is all that stress that they try to project on you, they feel that. But they feel it more like on a spiritual level because it's like, you know how we have federal agents, and if you're selling drugs, federal agents will investigate you and spy on you, and then they will down the line fuck you up, even though you think you get away for like 10 years. There's something like that on a higher spiritual level, and it's doing the same thing to them. So like you see what I'm saying? So they're gonna get their shit, and there's nothing that they can do that's not good, that can't get not seen and exposed. So they're in a situation where this is why they have to monitor everyone because they're being monitored. It's all projection. They're being monitored. So this just deep. Like I'm telling you, like it's just deep. And then they know that shit. So this is why it's like a lot of that fear that they have to project, that lizard reptilian that's always in flight or fight. They project that because it's not like you can't really, if you're a human in a body, you have to go through experiences. You can't hide behind resources and running the world and doing shit and think you're not going to feel certain emotions and feelings and thoughts and processes and go through situations. Like it plays for everyone. You can't, this is a hell reality. So it plays out for them in different ways on a higher spiritual level. You guys don't know what's going on. So like, just understand that like a lot of shit, this shit goes deep. But as far as this fucking whole Republican and this whole politics shit, it's all bullshit. They're switching up the system right now, and you can see it. They're switching it up because they put this nigga in the office. So like it could tell me, okay, now I know where the shit. I already kind of knew based on other things, but it now just makes me realize, okay, I can see everything's more solidified. Okay, so I told you niggas to get in on it when it was good. Like all this shit you guys are telling me, and I was seeing you were telling me like, you shouldn't be stealing shit. Bitch, I don't, it's not like I'm just going out there doing it. Like I don't be doing that shit like I was doing it before. I was doing it telling you niggas because it was the thing to do back then because they were allowing people. They literally, the stores changed the fucking policies and they told you that they weren't, the people in the stores weren't calling the police or they weren't doing shit and you could go up in there. So they were allowing it. Now they're shutting that shit down. It's too late. You can't do that shit no more. So I advise anyone, don't even do that shit no more because they're shutting it down. And it's to a point because like I said, since Gen Z's not working, there's like a shortage of resource. And as America's slowly becoming a third world country, because a third world country doesn't have to happen overnight. It could be something gradual. Because so right now, since less people are participating and and they're waking up, they're gonna kind of like they have to make the resources a little shittier. The economy's gonna get a little worse, and everything's gonna be kind of more third world. So now you see a lot of theft. Why is there like a light? You see like a lot of theft. You see like a lot of theft and uh fucking just things happening and shit in the society because the since we're like in a third world, since America's slowly declining into a third world country, they have to protect their resources more. So it's gonna look like harsher penalties, harsher crime, and harsher everything because since people are waking up, they have to like kind of make it like in a way to to make people in survival mode so they don't be on their spiritual path. And none of their shit worked. It's only you make it not work. So if you're a pussy bitch ass nigga and you don't believe in yourself, then it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for you. You see what I'm saying? If you're very strong minded, then and not some people got to fall off to the wayside and fuck them. They ain't shit because they allowed that shit to get to them. But if you strong minded, none of that shit's gonna really even work. It's like they're just doing because they can only do so much without actually getting it to a point where blood is gonna not, because blood's already on their hand, but they're trying to postpone their shit by doing certain things so it looks like they're not gonna reap what they sow. But like it's like when you're getting investigated, there may be times you slip away and get away, but then they catch you and then they'll tell you, oh, you could get away, but then that's the same thing with the reap what they sow shit. They're gonna reap what they sow, like, because the spirit's infinite, you never die, so like where the fuck are you gonna run? You just know where to run. It's just a matter of like when, not if, for them right now. So this is right now, it's like they're in a all their existence is fight or flight, fear, because they're in fear of being found out and being taken down, which will happen because it has to happen. That's based upon this universal principle and this reality. Nothing happens forever. And you can see it play out. And then the longer it takes, they're going to see certain things are going to pop up in the reality that's going to show them that they don't know shit and that their shit ain't really working. And like it's going to show up because they're not, this ain't their world really. They can't really be running, controlling shit. So it'll play out. You said, are they making elections because they need the... Yeah, for real. If they didn't let this nigga win the presidency, it would have been obvious that this shit is like rigged. So in my mind, I was like, because everybody, I just kept hearing this nigga's fucking name every fucking where I went. Like, Trump this, Trump this. I'm like, God damn it, nigga, like, shut the fuck up. And so I'm like, if this nigga doesn't win, it's obviously that they're rigging it. Even him winning, they chose him. But I'm saying, like, if they had to let him win, because who the fuck voted for this bitch? Ain't nobody vote for this bitch. Like, the only people I know really is my family and like people like in my family really that voted for this bitch. And it was all based on emotion. Like on emotion, and it's all retarded. Like both sides is based on emotion, but it's all who are you emotionally tied to? If you're a black female, you're gonna fucking vote for the black female. And then they try to throw in other shit on YouTube. This is what they have social media, because they'll have, oh, black women for Trump, or white straight men for Kamala. Like they'll have little shit to try to get people invested to make you think like everyone has a choice or everyone's included. Like some dumbass shit to get you in there. Like mind your fucking business. Like all of this shit is people just not minding their fucking business. This shit is crazy. But like I said, like I knew this shit. Like, well, I can't lie. I didn't know this. If I had to choose, I would have thought they would have chose a female, because I was like, okay, they probably gonna choose a female. And then seeing what they did with the fucking all the other shit, so I kind of probably would have thought. But that's why I didn't tell you niggas. I didn't even know who they were gonna choose. But this shit's fucking crazy. And then people all say like, oh, he's gonna fix the economy and all that. And I was like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, ask yourself, like, we in 2024, why the fuck are we even having a conversation of economy need to be fixed? Shouldn't this shit been fixed in like 1991 or 2 or earlier than that? Like, bitch, homeless people and eviction and niggas doing some nigga shit, robbing, that shit's existed since the beginning of fucking time, or since this economy, like for all these years. How the fuck we in 2024 having certain conversations? It's like you being fucking 29 having a conversation with your parents on how to wipe your ass and piss in a porta potty. It doesn't make fucking sense. That shit should have been dealt with like years ago. So it's like that's how it should be. You would think people would have the same thought processes with these fucking politics. Like how are we in 2024 having arguments and talks about fucking, I don't know, like simple shit that should have been taken care of, unless some weird shit's going on. Like how was like people having food to eat even a discussion, or even a like this should be on some other shit. Like that's how fucking dumb this world is. Like you got animals eating in the wilderness living, but then you got humans complaining about fucking how where we're gonna get food, or where are the housing projects that are gonna be here. Housing development needs to take all this stupid shit. Like it just shows you like how fucking and then people say, well, it's because humans are more like shut the fuck up. That's not what it is. Just because you think deeper doesn't mean anything. People say, oh, humans think deeper, so that makes us that doesn't mean shit. Sometimes thinking deeper isn't good. When you get fucking mauled by a lion, when a lion mauls you, you and you get hurt, you're thinking deeper more about that pain. When somebody slaps you, you go home, you're probably thinking about, oh, that person slapped me. Whereas an animal, when he gets slapped, he doesn't think about it when they go home. He just eats and forgets about it. So thinking deep sometimes is not actually fucking good. But everyone, they think just because they think deep in their human is somehow is better. But nigga, your misery and your suffering and why you doom scroll is because you thought deep. All that trauma that fucking happened to you, can't stop thinking about, bitch. There ain't no animals thinking about no fucking trauma like that. The fuck? And you may say, oh, a dog has trauma but even when a dog has trauma, they're scared of humans. They don't think about it on a like deeper level. It's just like, oh, I see. Just like if you see a nigga with a gun, you're gonna run. Is that really like that's not really trauma, really. That's just you just being in fear. Like a human hurt me, so a person with a gun shoots. So it's not like, you see what I'm saying? Versus you just dwelling and ruminating and rationing, and it leads to depression. It's not really it's different. I don't know where I was going. My mind be all over the place sometimes. Globally, they are putting all the presidents to all countries. All presidents are choosing. Yeah, I can give a shit what they're doing. I don't care about any of their politics at all. Only reason I'm speaking about this shit because I just seen the fucking result, and you see how it took them fucking like this long. Usually they have the results. I don't know because I don't remember the last elections, but don't they usually have them that evening? Why did it take like till 4 in the morning? It's like because it's like I'm saying, like because they have to stretch everything out. It's about getting your attention. They couldn't, because since time is accelerating and we're in a different shift, they can't do everything the same way. So they have to kind of stretch it out and do everything more. And like you see what I'm saying, they gotta play with it. And they could have just give the fucking results, bitch. You guys knew who the fuck you chose. It's like you chose fucking this nigga to be president. Hurry up and tell people. Like, why the fuck wait till 4 in the morning? It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, shouldn't they have the election results? Why is it taking so long? They're like, oh, this delays because shut the fuck up with these delays. Ain't no fucking delay. You chose. If I choose A over B and I told you guys vote for A or B and we're gonna shoot, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna choose B. And then I say, oh, time to get things. Oh, it's a delay. No, it's not a delay, bitch. I already know who I'm gonna choose. Stupid fuck. I hate that's shit so damn. They have to do it though, because it's like they have to make you value it. This is the whole system. They have to make you value their shit. This is why they'll they'll cook some nasty, disgusting steak, dress it up, and then put it in a nice restaurant and then call it 5-star and have a fucking chef with a fucking retarded ass looking hat that they made, and then make you value that and make it look, oh, it's not, but it's really just some bullshit. They have to make you value everything. They need your attention. That's the same way with the politics. They need you to value. So even though you're watching it, they're like, let's make them crave it more. Let's make the elections at 4 in the morning instead of 10. Let's make it where this state has fucking a delay because something went wrong. And like all these things, like they gotta keep making up. It's always like life ain't that fucking deep and complicated and shit. Like that's you gotta understand, because unless the life is supposed to be hard and deep and trials and things come up, but there's a line where man is doing it and when it's just life, and life just handles it to you. So you got to keep that in mind. Don't let these motherfuckers try to like do some shit, like try to make it look like things are important. All these politics and all that shit is fucking stupid. It's fucking retarded. Like anybody who participates in it is mentally ill. You need to look at them like that. Like you're mentally fucking ill. Every single person I see that talks about politics, they're fucking mentally ill. They're mentally ill. Don't talk to me about no politics. You're fucking mentally ill. Like that shit is crazy. Like I don't I see even like when I see somebody wearing a mask the other day. I guess people are starting to wear masks because we're going back into that so-called time, whatever. And it made me when I seen that person with a mask, it looks so fucking weird. It was like this guy really has a mask. It looked weird. But when we seen it in 2020, it looks, even though you guys didn't fuck with it, it looks kind of like whatever. But we in a different shift now. So when I seen that mask, the dude wearing a mask, I didn't see people wear masks for a minute, but then I started seeing people wearing it. I'm like, this nigga looks fucking weird. Like, did they really have people wearing it? Hit me. I'm like, they really have people, like everything's just hitting me more stronger now. I'm like, they really had people wearing fucking this mask in 2020, and it looked like, for no reason. Like people just blocking up their air supply. And you know how I'm talking about breathing, the breath, and you see how breathing and how it could relax you. You see how they try to attack you with the breath, and they try to cut that off because pretty soon they're going to be charging for air. If too many people started doing qigong and going outside, I wouldn't be surprised some bullshit happened where they start polluting the air like they do China. You see what I'm saying? Or they start doing some other bullshit. But it's like, it's crazy. The only thing changing time, speeding up, to be honest, but people don't talk about that at the news. Yeah. Time, you got to understand, time is perspective as well. Time is also perspective. Time goes faster when you're having fun, and when you're going through a horrible situation, time is going slow. So a lot of people every day, they're going through horrible situations. Some people may have just lost somebody. Some people may be going through bad news in the middle. They may have just negative things. So maybe in their reality, they're focused on that situation. So they're not worried about time like that. So it's not like time isn't speeding up for them. It's just they're worried about other events in their life. So they don't really give a fuck about it, or they don't think about it because they're not worried about it. Because even if you're going through a negative situation, time is speeding up. It doesn't matter whatever you're doing. Because negative situations I went through 10 years ago, I go through those same negative situations. If I go through those same negative situations now, it feels the same speed. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't feel the same speed. Like it actually feels quicker. It doesn't feel the same speed as like 10 years ago. So even though it may be a long situation that I didn't like, it's still shorter. But when you're so invested in whatever you're doing, you're not thinking about the time. So that's why some people may not really speak on it, or really it's not known. Like it even played in with the election because usually they give the election results around the evening, like around probably a little later than 9. I don't know because I forgot, but I don't remember watching this shit. I never even watched this shit. I just was looking on fucking Google like who won, and it didn't have it. And then fucking that's all I was doing. I didn't watch the election, any of that dumbass shit. But usually they have it around like the evening, and then they didn't have it, and then they did. It was like fucking the next morning they had it. But I don't think they really do that. Maybe they did. I don't want to because I don't pay attention to it. So maybe they did. So like it's another attempt for you to pay attention to it. I wouldn't be surprised if like they may end up making this nigga Trump go to jail or something. Because didn't he have a trial? Wasn't he supposed to go to jail? So what I may think may happen is the faggot, because I guess he has the vice president who I guess his vice president is a faggot. They may have the faggot um be president. It may, because what they'll do is because they have to keep your attention, so they're probably gonna be, oh, let's take him to jail. He probably won't go to jail, but they just take him out of the office seat and make him just live his life secrecy. But say he went to jail and then have the faggot be the president or some shit, because didn't he have a case and go to jail? Because they have to like make it look like a reality show, like, oh, a president's going to jail. Because now since he's president, they can create a story where a first president to go to jail in the middle of the election. So who's to say in a year or 2 years from now, they just say let's make Trump go to jail, and it's going to be the first president. Everybody's going to be so focused because now they have everybody's focus. But since I'm telling you, maybe they won't do it because they're like, oh, we can't do it because if they do it, then they can watch the video. But expose their shit, because if they do that, it's all because they want to get everyone's attention. That's all it is. So let's call it out now. So they can't even try to do that. And if they do, bitch, this video's right here, and we can say it's fake. It's all bullshit. Because now because who's to say like in a year from now? Because you see how they did the assassination. Who's to say like in 2 years they do fucking like they just so called take him to jail, or even though he didn't go to jail or some shit. Who's to say that? And then say make it be like and make a story the first president in jail, and then fucking drain people's energy through that shit and make people focus on that stupid shit. Because how's somebody with all those felons a president? Like, isn't that kind of telling on yourselves? Like how fake this shit is. Like a felon can't even vote, but yet a felon is president. It has all these a felon with all these felonies is actually the president right now. Like you guys didn't even you guys see this? Like somebody who has they said they had 29 felonies for like money laundering and all. I don't know what the fuck it was. Like a lot of crazy shit that could get you like life for the typical person. Their president. That's crazy. So it just shows you like how it's fake. The president's thing is all fake. And him, even those charges is all fake. It's probably not even real. It's just like a fucking stage. Because everything he did is like they allowed him to do it. Like it's kind of fucking retarded. Like they allow everyone to do shit, and it's weird. But I can't get any abortions. Fucking stupid. I don't get it. You're a man. You're not supposed to get any abortions. I don't know. They're already fucking up the air with the chem. They're already fucking up the air with the fucking radiation and everything, and like the smoke. Everything fucks up the damn air. Really. Well, not everything, but there's a lot of shit that fucks up the air. Besides just the chemtrails, even just like a lot of this radiation and shit. Oh man, that felt good. Yeah, but it's just crazy. Like I said, we're going into a different time, guys. So all I gotta say is just remember 2020, how they brought in a new liberal president. You see how they gave out money and they did all that, and they allow people to do shit. Now we going to the pendulum's like swinging, so it's going back into the other time. So like this is a time right now you really got to be on your spiritual shit. You really got to be on your spiritual shit. Because once Neptune gets into Aries, man, because once Saturn's in Libra, well, I don't really want to speak on that but all I gotta say is Saturn's going to Aries, so it's and Neptune's in Aries, so that's gonna be a big like monumental point in terms of like this is like the shift. You know the shift everywhere you're feeling like things aren't the same. That's that Neptune and Aries Saturn, and we coming closer to that. So that's what you're feeling. Once we get into that 2026, that's a year one, 2026. That's also when Neptune and Saturn's going to be in Aries, and it's not going back into Pisces because it dips it out of Pisces, but it's going to go back into Aries permanently in 2026. So once it gets there, it's like we solidified in the new world. Like next year's the 9 year. 2025, that's a 9 years. So that's completion next. So we're completing the ship. So when you guys say we feel like we're in a different ship, we at the end of it and it's going to be completed. So after next year, it's about to be a whole different fucking game. And it's really it's a good thing because like I'm saying, if you've been doing everything I'm telling you, like the Qigong, the energy and the fasting and the cleansing, it's gonna be a good time for you because you're not gonna be focused so much on things that don't matter because you're not gonna not because you're not gonna feel the need to. You're gonna have so much energy you won't feel the need to if you're doing that. But if you're not doing it, then you're gonna just be fucking lacking and feeling like you need to do this and that and all this. You just shit ain't gonna work out for you. That's why I'm telling you guys to get on it. Because right now we in like in a different ship. This shit is just we in a different ship right now. We coming to we're like the very end of it, and in the next couple years it's gonna be we're gonna be in a new shift completely. And you can see it because they put a Republican in office, so it's just it's a different. And we have 4 years, 2020, and then 4 years later, after 2020, you see what I'm saying? We come into a different like. So it was crazy. But if anybody got any questions, I might drop the link if anybody wants to join. Yeah, there's the link if anybody wants to join. Yeah. You said what the fuck? Well, it was something I said or something. Yeah. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. I'm still here. Just doing my. Gotta look for something right quick. Damn, it's fucking windy as fuck outside. Tell me, I heard this stupid bitch talking about the reason Trump won was because of Jesus Christ. When I seen that shit, I was like, oh my fucking goodness. Like, this shit is crazy. The bitch said Trump won in Jesus. Trump won by the grace of the Lord in Jesus' name. Like, I swear, if I could put my hands through this fucking screen, I'll strangle that bitch just for being so stupid. People are so fucking stupid. Like, for real. Like, how are you that dumb? Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't even really respect anyone no more in this world. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't respect no. I don't want to say I don't respect no one, but I have lost respect for so many people in this world. Like, I just can't. It's like even when I'm like talking to someone and I see somebody that may be cool, they always say some dumbass shit, and I'm like, it's like it's weird. Like I hate how they have this society's mind on lock. Like that's one thing these sons of bitches fucking done is they've locked people's mind. Like I literally can't go anywhere without seeing an imitation of like these motherfuckers' mind. Like they've solidified the shit out of it. I don't know how they done it. Like I understand like it's hundreds of years, but this shit is on some deeper shit, guys. This is like on some shit where it's like ingrained in people's DNA. Like when I told you guys about the brain school and the blood flow and all that, like I literally think like their DNA is so inferior that when it's mixed with other people's DNA genetically, it makes them dumber and they can't help it. Like there's certain parts of their brain that access higher minds and levels of thinking, and it is if not enough blood flow goes to those areas, or maybe your brain is developed where it doesn't have that area, so you're just a fucking idiot. Like a dog doesn't have the area of a human's brain, so he can do more meticulous tasks. But just like they don't have it, there's certain humans that don't have a part of your brain, and you may be able to think deep esoteric shit like what I'm talking about, but other people they just think basic mundane retarded shit, and you're like, how can you not understand what I'm saying? Like It's because it's what I'm saying. They don't have that part of the brain, or there's not enough blood going there. That's all really it is. Like it's all stems down to genetics when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, and all that shit. How your body is shaped and everything, how everything is, and your spirit, it all connects. That's why, like a lot of fucking a lot of these Jews and these Masons, they look like shit. They're fucking disgusting and shit. Because like they're fucked up spiritually, like everything about them. Like I don't even fucking like. Well, I don't even get into that, but give me a minute, guys. Hold on. All right, I have to go take a piss. But this shit is just crazy, guys. Like I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. Hmm. It's like everybody on their deathbed. Oh fuck, they convinced me into politics my whole life. Yeah, I never was into politics at all. I always thought it was fucking retarded, but I didn't know why I thought it was retarded, and then I eventually realized why it was retarded. Yeah, I was talking to my grandmother yesterday, and she was all, "I always vote," but like I could tell, like she don't really like. She just does it because she don't give a fuck about that shit. She just does it because fucking her kids tell her to vote and shit. Like they'll like influence. But I cause she's like, oh, I'll vote. My grandmother always told me to vote. And I'm like, and in my mind I was thinking like it's sad that an elder and a great elder, they don't have no information to give me not but to vote. And I'm not like bashing them or nothing. Cause I respect them, I love them and everything, but it's just it just shows you how far the society is, where like the elders of the society don't have no knowledge but to tell you to vote or to go to school. And you guys got to understand that's fucking stupid. They just tell you that shit for them. Like that's one thing I hate about this system. These people will do the most evil wicked shit, and they'll use their power of influence and resource to make you look like you're the bad guy, and you end up looking like the bad guy because they have the power and influence, but they're really the pieces of shit. Like I didn't like they'll be like, oh, you don't want to work because you're lazy, and I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Why do you want another man to work other than the fact that you want to drain his energy? You can't say you want him to work because you want him to support his house and have a family and have money. Why do you give a fuck about a nigga having money? If anything, there's more money for you or more opportunity for you if he's out the way. So the reason you're telling him you want him to work is because it's all based upon building the system. So they want everyone to build. This is why Japan and China is like people say, oh, Japan is more technologically advanced. It's because Japan are more slaves. You don't want to work in Japan. If you worked at a 9 to 5 in Japan, it's they work their people more. China and Japan, you think 40 hours a week is a lot? They're like working like upwards of 60, 70, and it's mandatory. Like if you're a corporate worker in Japan, you have to be working like 24/7. And then the negative is people are stressed, they have high suicide rate and all that, but then the positive is their system is more big. They got mega cities. You got like China, they got these big mega cities that like 3 times the size of fucking New York City. And you go to these places, they're big and they got more technology than the US, and you're like, oh, they're more advanced, but at the expense of their people's sanity and they work. The US has more advanced technology, but it's not as much. But the people aren't as hardworking as China and Japan in terms of like, you see what I'm saying? Productivity. So but it's on a scale. You see that how the scale reflects the society, but then you go like to Africa, South America countries, you see how they don't have it ain't, but they ain't shit. But the people there, they live more traditional, and then they don't really do much. Is you don't really have no ambitions to really produce or nothing. So people have to leave the country. To you see how it is. So it's like that's really what it is. It's all like that's why all those fucking that's why a lot of people go, oh, that's why it's a good that the U.S. isn't really advanced, like because you want to build this shit up. They want to program you to build this shit up. That's really what it is. The less people that are working, the more. And it's nothing. It's good to build, but you don't want to build their shit up. You want to build your shit. And unless you're building their shit and they're gonna give you enough portion of it, like bitch, pay me 150 grand to work at McDonald's, that type of portion, then at the minimum, then get the fuck out of here. I don't want to work for your shit. You're just trying to drain energy. Why would you have somebody who's 23 years old waste their fucking time working at Amazon stacking boxes, wasting 4 years of their life? So when they're 27, they don't have nothing to look for, but they just stack fucking boxes to make some bitch ass nigga richer. And it didn't, and really not even because all the money that nigga made, that corporation, if he didn't make that corporation the money, that nigga still will buy the same shit because that he has so much money. The amount of money he made after that really ain't shit. So at that point, it makes you kind of think: is it even really about money on the deepest level, or is it about just control? Because yeah, people need money and people give a fuck about money, but anybody who cares about money is on the lower level, like a Mason or a Jew. They're like on a lower level compared to the people who run the shit, who create the money. They're like the henchmen and the the goblins, the little nasty demonic runts that nobody wants, that they send to do their dirty work. That's the Masons and the Jews. And then the people who really run the shit and print the money, they don't need the fucking shit. So it's all fucking retarded. They're making election because they need the people thinking they're the ones chosen. I already read that fucking comment. Yeah, this shit's crazy though. And then niggas have the audacity to act like I'm crazy. Like what I'm saying is crazy. Shit's crazy though. Like people call you crazy, but then like I just look at it like it's the hive mind. You can't call me crazy, nigga. But I just want to really go over that shit. I think I'm pretty much done. Said it all I gotta say. Gonna just end this live streaming, and I'll probably be back a little bit later. I might do another session for you guys. I said I was gonna do another session, but just fucking because I be doing it every day. Don't get me wrong. I do it every day. It just fucking when I do it, I'm just so busy and shit. And the day just be flying. So that's why I'm gonna probably make one for you guys in a couple days or something. Yeah. You say don't leave. I say you always be back then. Yeah. It's just crazy though, man. I hope this fucking I'm glad. I'm just so glad this election's over though. I'm just glad this fucking election's over because now we can like now we're gonna see all these people that Trump's gonna be fix this and that. Okay, I'm I'm not saying I don't want shit to get fixed, but according to how these people think this motherfucker's gonna save, okay, we'll see that play out. We'll see that play out, and if it doesn't play out, then you're gonna be looking stupid. You're gonna be looking fucking stupid. So That's just how I look at it. Like, because what I think is gonna happen is gonna be another event that's gonna go down. I'm telling you guys. And it's not even like I'm predicting nothing. It's just look at the people who rule this fucking who control this shit. They have nothing better to do. They have nothing better to do but to spy on people, to look at people, and because this is why, like I said, I'm gonna be toning it down on here because this internet is fake, and start spreading the message, start putting yourself in that frequency that this shit is fake because we need to project that energy out there. Their shit's already breaking down now because videos like mine and how I'm speaking to you guys, I come at you guys just straight up raw. So even though like what I'm doing is when you watch my videos and you go out into the world, you're going to be able to see through their bullshit programs. So we got to just start putting this shit. The whole internet, it's fake. It's all bullshit. They have nothing to do but just spy on people all day. Because a lot of these, because you know that site 4chan, you know how they had that site, and it was like, because what that site was is this is why that site doesn't exist no more. Because people like are realizing it. Because that site was a site people went to that were like the kids who got raped, abused, probably bullied. They've been through some type of traumatic experience, to particularly white kids. And then they'll go on that page and then they'll project their hatred and turn into like Nazi people. And then they'll create memes. And that's what's 4chan. Those are the type of people who like are like the people who watch this Fed shit and this who are like part of the internet. They're like traumatized, angry people. And there's this one, the gang stalking community. Well, I don't even want to. I'm not gonna even talk about that. But there's somebody. There's a. I don't believe in the gang stalking community. There's a bunch of people who think they're getting stalked or whatever, and people are following them. What made me kind of like weird, kind of like suspicious, and made me kind of think is there was this dude. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's in the community, and if you go on his page, every single person that he thinks is in that community, and it's like over fucking like 100. He literally has them. He doesn't have it anymore, but in his older videos, he had them in their description, and they're all talking about gang stalking. Like, you know how gang stalking simulation. He's one of them. Shout out to him. I talked to him before on the comments. Um, that type of channel, that how that niche of people make that, he has all the everyone's channel that talks about that, and it's like over 100, including gang stalking simulation. And I'm like, I'm sure some of you guys know who I'm talking about. And then I'm like, how does this nigga have time to do all this? And the way he talks, he sounds like a federal Masonic like agent handler. Like, and you know how they sound? Like they kind of sound like, I'm gonna tell you how they sound in a minute, but I guess this guy, he goes and he tracks down these people and he harasses them and he makes videos and he'll invite them into his Discord to interview him and go under the disguise of, I want to talk about gang stalking, and then he will hack their shit. So I emailed this nigga, or I sent him a message. I'm like, nigga, shut your stupid ass up. And he's like, if you want to talk to me, join my link. And I was like, nigga, you got to get your hacking skills up. You amateur nigga. If you want to hack me, you can't send me a link because I'm not dumb. You're going to have to hack me where I don't do shit and you just have the skills to fucking hack me. So get your hacking skills up, you bitch ass nigga, before you come in, because I'm not clicking your link. He's like, then you're not going to talk to me. And I'm like, okay. So he'll have people join, and then after they join, obviously he has their phone number and their address, and he calls their place of employment like a bitch ass nigga. And I'm thinking like, this nigga, I seen this shit happen like earlier this year. This shit happened, and I'm like, this is like some Fed shit. And when I look on his page, I'm like, how the fuck does he have time to sit on his ass and do all this? And you can kind of tell like he's into hacking and he has a nice computer setup, and like, so he must be like a fucking agent or a Fed, like for him to be doing all this. And he has everybody's list, and he just sits home and plays video game. And I'm like, I could tell in his voice, because he was playing the game, you could tell like he's traumatized. He got like problems or some shit. And I'm like, that's that energy. I could pick up on it. Like, you can just tell it. And like you can tell, because he has like that voice that a lot of these fucking MGTOW people have, red pill MGTOW people have a certain type of voice. Like, because a lot of these pictures, they've been like damaged and they have a lot of anger towards women. And like, they're not even just women, but other reasons. So when they come into these certain groups, they have certain body language and they sound a certain way because it's a certain energy. So he has that energy, and I don't just say it because I'm so spiritual and I know it. No, it's say it, and I've say this and it confirms and it checks out based on the actions. So I have this observation and it confirms itself to me in the reality. So I'm not just saying this just to sound like I know what I know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying it because I see the shit. And then this stupid bitch ass nigga's like just going on fucking just be going on hell on a rant and a tirade. And the reason I'm telling you guys this because I'm telling he's an agent. He's an agent and he's trying to spy on that whole community. And for whatever, because every community, I think they have a spy for every community, including the gang stalking community. But the gang stalking community is more tight knit. They're more because it's more in a way where people not tight knit, but it's hard to infiltrate that, I think. So when they put an agent in that one, they probably have to put it in a different way. Like it's just weird. But he was doing some agent shit. That shit look hella weird. So be careful. Be careful when you're on this shit because this shit is all fake. Like even when you see the views on like you know how my views are stagnated and they're at like 454. It's not really. I don't think that it's. I'm not sure this is it, but I don't think that it's stagnated. What I think is going on is I'm just not getting fake views. That's what's going on. Because my views will go up and down, and it'll be because people subscribing, but not many people know my channel, so not many people are subscribing. But then you'll be saying, why is your views going, your subscribers going up like other people? But I see other people's channel. I'm not going to name their names, and they will have less subscribers than me, or even more, and they'll gain like 200 subscribers, but then they still have the same amount of views and the same amount of comments. So all those extra subscribers are fake subscribers to make your channel look a certain way because it's about a look. When you see numbers and when you see like 10,000 views, when you see views and subscribers numbers, I will say 75% is real, probably 80% is real, 20% is fake and orchestrated to give it a boost and a look. So when you see a channel with 20,000 views, you have a certain preconceived notion that this is how this channel is important. It has a lot. They want to get you thinking that just like somebody has a PhD, the new PhD is a channel with 500,000 subscribers. Once you have that, you could actually go to certain companies and get sponsors, and you could even sell your. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to have it. So the algorithm, it adds to that illusion, and they put it on everyone's channel regardless because they want to make the whole YouTube look a certain way. So even if you're a small channel, they'll do it. This is why you'll see you get 300 subscribers, but you don't have no more engagement, or you don't have it's because it's fake. So they just turn off the fake shit on my channel because my subscribers will go up and then they'll stay, and then they'll go down, and I'll be like, maybe and maybe they are manipulating, but what I think it is it's the fake views aren't on my channel. But in other people, like you'll give you fake views, like because there's this one channel. I don't want to name his name. This nigga, he had 1,980 subscribers before they removed his channel. This nigga made another channel, and within like 3 weeks, this nigga got 1,980 fucking. I swear, I put this on everything. Within it was the same. He got his channel banned for, I guess he was trolling or doing some other shit. After I put this, I'm not lying to you guys. I put this on everything. He got his channel banned. It was at 1,980. It said 1.98. He got it banned, and then he made a new channel. And literally like a month, probably like 3 weeks, a month and a half later, it was a short period of time, less than 2 months, guaranteed. This nigga channel is back at the same number, and it's still there to today. He'll go down to 1.719, 1.97 sometimes, and go back to 1.98, or maybe it will be 1.99, but it will always stay around that. I'm like, it's a system, it's the algorithm. Why the fuck is this shit on that level and it's stuck there? Why didn't it go? That's what I'm saying. This is why when you may get like 300 views or subscriber boost, but your views is still the same. Like, how the fuck is my views still the same as some people videos I see? I see some people's videos and my views are like the same as theirs, and they got way more subscribers than me. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird. It's because the internet's fake. The reason I'm telling you is because the internet's fake. It's all fake. Like a lot of it, a lot of people don't even watch a lot of the shit, and they have to give it a boost to make it a certain look. And plus, a lot of people are paying money, and they have an invest like YouTube may have an invested interest in that channel or that person, because I don't know, maybe like some I don't know, just whatever they like, or some favoritism bullshit, or they may have done certain favors for them outside, so then they'll boost the channel, so that's so they have the algorithm, and then they have to also control it, because if too many people, if channels like mine were like in the algorithm, and people who spoke like me, it will fuck with their money. It may fuck with their taxes and what their plans are, they got going, what they got going on and shit, and like the things that they got going, or when they do certain things in the future, people won't look, they will just look at it like it's retarded, because they know what it is, so they have to keep, because that's the only thing they have left is the people's ignorance and their hold on the people's ignorance. They don't have no magic, they don't got no fucking power. um the resource is tied in with their control, so you can't really just say they have resource. That goes with the control, because people are fucking stupid and they want money and power, and or they want money and resource so bad, so once you have that, then you can control people, so they just have people's control, so they can't have people wake up, so they can't not value any of this dumbass stupid shit. Yeah, this internet's fake. Don't really always look at when you see views like 50,000. This is why like you'll see somebody, they'll get 50,000 views, and they'll go like every channel, like you'll see some subscribers or some content creators, they'll have channels and it'll be like 10,000 views, 10,000 views. They always stay in that same amount. Then you see sometimes they'll go like to 50,000 views, and it's weird. Like it has like a certain level. Like it goes up and then it stops at this level. But why does it stop at 10,000, not at 15,000, 11,000? Like it doesn't make sense. If there was no type of algorithm that's controlling it, and it would just flooded people's shit, it should have a steady increase in views. Especially if it's a video that's about something important. How like the views just stop is like they don't want the views to go up, because depending on how viral they want it. Because you guys got to understand, if anybody had access to make anything, if you had access and every person had access to go viral, that will make the world a very different place, because people will be seeing your message a lot more, and the world will be less fake, because people actually see the realness of it. They have to create this is why when you go on YouTube and you're searching for videos, YouTube doesn't seem that big. They have the internet set up where it doesn't seem that big. When you go on, you got to understand, billions of people use the internet. But why, when you go on YouTube and you watch videos, it doesn't seem like you see them, because the internet's a very big place. So this is why they have ad revenue, ad marketing, because once you go into this is why it costs money to pay for ad revenue, because when you're paying for ad revenue, you're paying to have access to a large portion of the internet and have a lot of people see you. So this is what ad revenue is. So when you start buying ad revenue, you're tapping into um that that part of the internet where it's millions of people have access to you, but you have to pay for it. That's what they call marketing and ad revenue. That costs $500 a month to have Google show your ads and shit. But imagine if everyone had access to that. This shit will be on lock. People who let the best man win. These stupid faggot niggers like Ralph Smart and shit, they couldn't win. They couldn't be up where they're at, because that shit wouldn't be forced down your throat, because it would be let the best man win. People would choose what's common sense. The only people they'll look at like oh, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say, it's kind of weird. But yeah, it'll be let the best man win. So like, because this is why nothing is really telling. You'll see people, even like when it comes to talent, people who are good at making music, they're not even getting no shine. But then you'll see all these trash ass artists, is because the trash ass artist, he just plays a certain role. Maybe he has a certain like way he can be used for a narrative, or he whatever. It's some stupid shit that has nothing to do with talent. But the internet's all fake, and they got it on lock. And yeah, just always keep that in mind when you're on this shit, and don't think you're gonna be able to speak. This is why I'm telling you, you gotta do shit your own way. Their shit is going down, and even if it wasn't going down, you can't expect to be speaking like this and even watching shit like this and think you're gonna be so-called viral like that. It doesn't make sense, because that shit is all controlled. It's just like watching Nickelodeon. They're gonna show you what they're gonna show you. We're in a different time where content creators can show you what they want to show you, so they can show you any which they want to show you. So what they can do is control content creators through money, through algorithm, and all that, so they can try to do it as much as possible. They can't do it as much, but they can. This is why they have demonetization, because once their content creators get out of line, they demonetize them. So don't think just because you get monetized, you're going to be monetized forever. They could just not like you. Maybe you're speaking everything that they like to say, but they could be like, you know what, this guy, I heard he fucking maybe it's something you did in your personal life that they just don't like. It has nothing. You're still speaking the message that they want. They could just demonetize you. They just don't fuck with you. There was this one nigga. He talks about red pill. He's like one of those red pill type people. He talks about this random shit. He had like 500,000 subscribers. I remember beginning of this year, he was like saying, "Oh, YouTube's demonetizing me, and I'm trying to get my channel monetized. I don't know why they're doing it. I'm sending them emails, and they're giving me the runaround." And he was stressing and shit. And when I see him, I could tell, like, based on like now with this whole Fed shit being exposed and people able to know that they're controlling this shit, they were fucking with his channel. And because he just speaks about red pill. He's not speaking nothing spiritual. So don't think they're just attacking spiritual people. This is everybody who has a lot of followers, because anybody who has a lot of followers, they're trying to drain their energy because they're creating something and they can't create. So they have to make money off them. So I guess maybe he pissed them off, or he says something in one of his videos that they didn't like. So then they fuck with his channel. They gave it back to him because he's monetized now. But they gave him the runaround, and he probably doesn't know what's going on, but he probably has like somebody watching his channel and a handler or somebody who's watching his shit to make sure that he's on par and he's not going too overboard with the MGTOW. If he does, he'll probably report the intel back, and then they'll demonetize his channel, or they'll just demonetize it or some shit. Like, because that's what they're doing. Like, they're focusing on this shit, and that's because think about like what when you hear all these agencies like CIA and all that, what do you think they fucking do all day? Like, there's really nothing for them to do but just be in everyone's business. That's really what they do, is just be in everyone's business, because there's nothing for them to do. What the fuck are you doing? There's no threat, bitch. You're the fucking threat. How you go in, a burglar break into somebody's home and set up shop and say, I'm trying to protect your home, bitch, get the fuck out the way. For your safety, you stay in your bedroom while I go in. Bitch, you don't live here. It's not your place. You just force yourself because you have a knife and weapon, and that's a female, and they're in a weaker situation. The fuck, like that's really what they don't, that's all it is. So what are they don't have nothing to do all day but use their technology just to spy and then look at people's shit, because they have nothing to do all day. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're bored, so they have to do this because this is their shit. This is their whole life. This is what their whole shit, like when you hear those organizations, this is what they do. They don't do nothing else. They make you think that they get criminals, or oh, this drug cartel they got. But even if they go and get a drug cartel person, or they went and solve some type of crime, that crime was allowed to be committed for narrative reasons, and then they put the CIA there to give them something to do to stop the crime. Like, because they put the crime out there for narrative purposes and for certain reasons. They'll put the crime there, but they need somebody to kind of like save face and come in and clean it up and make it look like they didn't just put it out there. So that's what they're there for, to clean up what they already put out. Like, they put the drugs out there, but then they have the DEA take the drugs out. It's the same fucking shit. So that's what you guys got to understand. It's all fake. It's all fake. All this shit is fake. So just realize that, you know. Somebody said, "Don't we are the new fortune?" No, fuck that shit. I ain't that shit. That shit is toxic as fuck. They got it. They got rid of that shit. I guess because it was so bad, they had to get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah, but to be honest, I'm kind of like done with YouTube and social media like that. Like I'm up, like I'll be on it for certain purposes, and I'll just leave it at that. Certain purposes, but I kind of low key may even stop making videos. To be honest, like I'm making, I'm gonna probably make some, but I probably not because like at one point when I was making videos back in 2021 and everything, it probably was the same back then too. I'm sure it was the same, but I didn't. I was making them for other reasons, but like as I'm evolving, growing now, I'm looking at it like, okay, why am I making? I have to reevaluate what I'm doing because I'm realizing like, okay, I'm in a different. I don't need to be doing this shit no more. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I may not even make videos because I don't like this whole fucking the way this internet shit is. I really don't even like social media like that. Like the only reason I'll ever fuck with social media is for like financial reasons to make money or like if I'm gonna sell shit online or I'm gonna do like trading or like just something like on that level or market my shit. But that's it. Like for reasons that is gonna benefit me. But as far as everything else, like I fucking this shit is toxic as fuck. This shit low key needs to be banned in certain instances. Like if you're using it for productive reasons, it's good, but it's kind of like fucking something. It's not good. So you reminded me something. Astrology what happened November 9th. I think that's the new moon. Wait, no. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of astrological events going on this month. I think Pluto's going direct. Or no, Pluto's going in Aquarius. That's what it is. Pluto's going in Aquarius. So yeah, Pluto's going into Aquarius. That's gonna be crazy. Well, not crazy, but it's just Pluto going into Aquarius. It's gonna be in there for good. That's what I meant by crazy. Like it's not going back. So this is gonna be like a new beginning because last time Pluto went into Aquarius, it was gonna go back. So it wasn't something that was gonna stick. Whatever's going on now is gonna be like so. Right now, it's a closing, and you guys see the president. I don't even want to bring that shit in it because it has nothing to do with it. But like we in a different time right now. Like shit's about to be because a lot of that shit. So it's not even good to tie in astrology with political events that they're doing. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, Saturn's in Aries, and then this is gonna happen." And sometimes I may slip up and say that, but you got to remember, like these motherfuckers, they do astrology too. So they deliberately will do events on astrological dates. So when you call it out, you're not really doing nothing but doing what they doing. Like they chose that date for a reason. Like even when they had the pandemic, they had it around where their fucking Saturn was conjunct Pluto or Jupiter or some shit. It was one of those conjunctions, those major conjunctions. They had it and everyone was, oh, something's gonna happen. Like, bitch, obviously something's gonna happen. The U.S. is in Cancer, and then is opposite Capricorn. And see, that's another thing. All these planets going into Aquarius is squaring Cancer. So U.S. is about to be, and they just put a so-called Republican in office. So it's about to be a lot of that you can see what they're gonna do for at least the next 4 years, how they're gonna make the society based on who they chose to put in there. Like, oh, yeah, it's because Pluto's going to Aquarius. Yeah, fuck them. Don't just be watching. Well, I'm not saying don't, but like I don't just be watching astrologers and tarot readers and shit because a lot of them are just they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like I don't like some of them. Yeah, I fucking hate most of them. They don't even know what they're talking about. They just, especially the Vedic astrology ones, like they just make everything more confusing for people. Like at least if you're gonna speak Vedic, do it right. Don't fucking do it and do it wrong. You're just gonna confuse people even more with the wrong shit. The web has its owners. We are producing content in the yeah. Yeah. That's why people need to get it together so we don't need to use any of their shit. Like, why do you even need to use any of this shit? To be honest, like, it's not about making our own. It's like, why the fuck do you even need any of this shit? And if you wanted, like, make your own. It's fucking retarded. Shit. I don't think they're clones. I don't believe in that clone shit. Like, I believe there's clones out there and they can make clones, but I don't think people are clones. Yeah, it's about to be windy as fuck today, I think. Yeah, if anybody have no more questions though, I'm gonna be back probably a little bit later today. Man, do my. It's about to be windy as fuck today. Damn, I hate the wind, dude. Might have to do my qigong inside. I don't like. I like doing my qigong outside because when you do the qigong outside, you get the. I just feel the energy more. It's you still build the energy. Don't think you're not building it. You're building it inside too, but outside, I just it feels more like because I guess the negative ions, what they call it outside, you feel that it adds on to what you're doing. Like I feel more. It feels more like the energy just feels more alive when I'm doing it outside. Yeah, yeah. I hate doing it inside, really. But it's cool to do it. Like if it's cold outside or not, it's good to do it inside. Like that's the only time I like doing it inside if it's too cold. But if it's a night, if it's nice outside, the weather's good outside, I'm doing it outside. That's the best where you guys should do it if you can. If you can't do it, then do it inside. But if you can and the weather's nice, it's not too cold, do that shit outside. It's way better. Even it's better to even do it in nice areas, like if you're by a beach or you're in the forest. Like I'm about to be going to the beaches soon. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna be going out really soon. I can't go. I'm just not really into traveling and shit. Like I'm like I like traveling, but it has to be for a reason. And I'm not really into just going around. I'm just trying to get my shit certain shit together. I feel like just moving around just be a fucking wasting my time. And like, cause me, like where I'm at right now, where I'm situated right now, it works in my favor because do many things. I'm not gonna just go through all the shit I'm doing, but certain just it's good. It's very convenient where I'm at now. If I go somewhere else, it'll actually be more. So it's actually a good spot where I'm at. But I am gonna be getting out of here soon. Because once I get to a certain well, eventually this spot won't be good for me, and then that's why I leave. I just say that. But right now it's good, and then I'm gonna end up. I don't know where I'm gonna go though. Actually, I know where I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna tell you guys, but I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna be going. I might actually go there in a few weeks or a few months. Yeah, yeah, it's somewhere nice though. I'm gonna. Yeah, yeah. And then Pluto's gonna be going direct. You said November 19th, Pluto be going to Aquarius. Pluto's gonna be going direct as well on the 11th. So you also gotta remember that. So it's gonna be going direct and it's gonna be in Aquarius. So it's not gonna just be an Aquarius, it'll be direct in Aquarius. Yeah. But Pluto's like a slow moving planet, so it shouldn't be too much like you notice. That's like it's a slow moving, so you won't really notice it as much. Not like a Saturn sign, because once Saturn hits, then you'll notice it because the reality feels a lot different. especially once it leaves Pisces, because Pisces is a delusion. So everyone's like in a delusion right now. So once it leaves the Pisces, it's gonna be like everyone's gonna snap out of a delusion. We're all in our own delusion, and we're all gonna snap out of like a certain. It could be a good, it could play out good or bad, but you're gonna snap out of it, and then it's just like you waking up to like pain in the morning. Like you went to sleep, your leg was paining you, and you go to sleep, and when you're asleep, you like those hours you don't feel it because you're asleep, but the moment you wake up, you feel it. That's kind of like how it is. You gotta wake up to like shit. Even all this whole politics shit, everyone believing in this dumbass Trump shit, they're gonna realize that nigga, you were in a delusion. This shit ain't real. Like, ain't because what's gonna happen is since this because when a Democrat's in office, what usually happens is they will fuck it up. So-called fuck it up. This is based on their template. I don't give a fuck about politics, but they will fuck it up. This is what the narrative wants to say. Oh, the Democrats fucked it up. But you never hear about the Republicans fucking it up. But things still get fucked up during the Republican time. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is Trump's probably going to come in and do a whole bunch of shit and so-called fix things to make people think. But then things can't be fixed because this is their system. There has to be something negative and parasitic that always happens. So even if he fix it, something's going to happen to fuck it up. And then they won't, even though you won't blame the Republicans, it's still going to be a problem. Just like the pandemic. They said that the economy, everything was good before 2020. And Trump was in office before 2020. People were working and the economy was good. The prices were down 2019 and 2018. But then you see how fucked up by the pandemic. But then according to the narrative, nobody could control the pandemic because it was something from like, it's something Mother Nature gave out or some shit. That's how they want you to believe. It's something natural in the sky that's floating. That's supposed to be there. Like something natural doesn't just float in the sky like that. It doesn't make fucking sense. But you see what I'm saying? Like it's always a problem, always an issue. It's never, you can't be ruled by this beast or be in their system and it not be a problem because they always have a problem. Their main problem and only problem is them inevitably going to reap what they're gonna sow, and them having to postpone that and come up with ideas and algorithm tricks on how to stop the algorithm and censorship and do all this to try to postpone that. So all of what they're doing on the internet to block all the message is to postpone their shit. I'm literally watching this nigga Dolo's live stream one day and he's talking about federal agents. And there's a fucking paragraph in his comment in his live chat saying he does not mean federal as in law enforcement. He means federal as in your own state of mind because he knows Dolo be bringing shit down esoteric. So they tried to make what he was talking about that was reality, try to make it some esoteric shit to kind of throw off the audience. And I was like, no, bitch, that's not what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like he meant Fed. So they don't want that shit exposed because if it gets exposed to a certain degree and people start becoming aware, then they're gonna have to reap what they sow, and then their world is gonna crumble right before their eyes, rather all the way down to like their organs will stop fucking working because if enough people get aware, or maybe an accident might happen, or their shit just crumble. Because since they put themselves in a position in such a tight, secure position physically, it's gonna have to play out in such a like unique way that they don't expect because they think they have everything solidified, but they don't because you can't because you're in reality, you fucking idiot. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're exposed. So like this is why everything that they do, it gets exposed. Every single thing that they do is gonna get exposed one way or another. Like they can't. So even their psyops they have to be careful how they do it because if they do a psyop that's too stupid, it can throw everything off because they already know everything they do is gonna get exposed. That's why they're hella mad and they're trying to create laws to make it where you can't even say shit on the internet. Because they don't want people knowing about this whole Fed shit. They don't want that because they left that paragraph in his live chat. Like I'm like, why did I go? Like, it's like they don't. It's like they really don't want people knowing about this whole them being on the internet spying on people's channel and shit. They don't want people knowing that shit. So that's why we got to keep saying that, because that's what this internet shit is. It's all some Fed shit. It's fake. And even small channel, I didn't think they watched small channels. That's why I never really gave a fuck about that shit. I would just, but I'm trying to start to think they watch small channels. Give me a minute. I'm starting to think they watch small channels. They watch everything, especially if they get heat on what somebody's speaking on. Yeah, this shit's crazy. So I'm gonna just, that's why I'm gonna just, I low key don't even want to be on YouTube like that no more. Like, I'll still drop the knowledge information, but it makes you, it kind of makes it an off-putting taste in your mouth. Like, fuck, this shit's being like watched and shit. It's not even real. And it's like, it's funny because you got to remember, these people are spending their life. We all have 24 hours in a day. We don't live forever. They're spending their life spying on people. So it just shows you the mentality and the trauma and the low mental state that they're in, because they think they have some type of one up, not knowing that you're wasting your life doing that. But then at the same time, they really don't. A lot of these Masons, Jews, they don't have no life, because their life, all their life is, what their shadow work is reaping what they sow. Like, they're so low and they have so much negativity that their shadow work is having to reap what they sow. Their shadow work is going through pain. Their shadow work is getting an ass whipping, and they don't want to face it. So since they don't want to do the shadow work, they can't move on. And they can't move on because they don't want to get their ass whooped. Because even if they come out and be like, we're sorry, we're gonna feed everyone, they still gonna have to reap what they sow, nigga. You killed all these millions of natives, you did all this shit, you reaping what you fucking sow still. So it's like they can't move on. This is why they have to be demons. Because it's like, is what I'm saying, they have to be demons. They're trolling and they're talking shit. Their life depends on it. Always keep that in mind. This is why they have to do it. They have nothing else to do but to be scared that they're going to eventually reap what they sow, and to protect themselves from reaping what they sow in a quick manner. So they want to postpone it, because it's gonna happen regardless. Once you become aware of their shit, enough people become aware, then the karma starts happening to them because you're aware. That's what they don't want people to be aware. So they gotta distract you and throw shit, even all the way down to the whole spirituality shit. They gotta distract you with it and make you focus on shit that's not important, like aliens and all really than what's important, which is like you being aware of like what's really going on. I can't be around those who love working at jobs that I hate. Hold on, give me a minute. I can't be around people who love working at jobs that I hate. Being in line, people staying late, small talk, long conversation, take it way too serious. Yeah, just don't do it. Like I said, we're at a different time right now. If somebody's making small talk, just walk the fuck away and just say, I don't feel like talking to you anymore. If you can't do that, then that's something that you need to work on to build yourself to be able to do that without giving a fuck. But we're in a new time. Like, if you don't want to, don't. Everything is, look at everything as a ticking time. It's funny how everybody's on TikTok, which is supposed to be symbolic of a time, and everybody on there wasting their time. They watch TikTok, and TikTok is supposed to be an analogy of the clock is ticking, but people are watching it, wasting their time. You see what I'm saying? So we can't waste any more time in this in anymore. Just do what you want to do. If you don't feel like talking to people, just say fuck you, nigga. I don't feel like talking to you, or just walk away, or just make up a lie. Like, I don't feel like I wouldn't even say be argumentative. I'm not even gonna be argumentative now. I just be like, I don't feel like talking to you. I'm gonna walk away, or I'm not gonna explain nothing to you. I don't have to get loud. I don't have to get disrespectful. That's not even really the way to even go. To be honest, that's really not even a way to really piss somebody off. There have been times I cuss a motherfucker out and they'll laugh. I'll cuss a motherfucker out and be on some real nigga shit and they'll laugh and be whatever. But then I'll do something that I don't even mean to be mean to somebody, or I'll just say something slick and I'm in a good mood, or not a good mood, but just in a normal mood, and then they'll get pissed. So it's really not even like people are just weird. Like it's not even what you do, is how you do it. People are just fucking weird in life. So you gotta always keep that in mind. I don't know what I was saying. I was going all over the place. I forgot what I was saying, but just do you. Fuck what people say. Just do you. No more wasting time and shit. Yeah. You say I be just fed up and I just dip if they have me stay late out. You just dip where you at work. That's funny as fuck. You just dip. What do they have you be doing there? I don't know, like you gotta like clean out the fucking Briggs or some shit. I don't know. How do they do it over there? I don't know what the fuck. You niggas be doing something. I like scrub the floor on the fucking like. They be having you do crazy shit. But like I said, guys, we good. We good. Don't even stress. Don't even trip. I don't want my videos to come off like I'm stressing or I'm tripping or we got to do this. We really don't even got to do shit, like, other than just be yourself and do what you got to do. That's all we got to do. Don't feel like you got to do this and that and overthink, because every time you feel like what you got to do is a big task, that means you're not about to do what you're supposed to do, because you doing what you're supposed to do is not supposed to feel that way. You're not saying it's supposed to be easy, but even when it's hard, it's supposed to be like a challenge. Once you feel like it's something you can't do, then it's like, you feel me? That's gonna lead you to not even do it. Yeah, I don't get how it's year 2024 people think that like that. I don't get how it's the year 2024 and we still in the same situation we're in right now. Why are we still even having fucking just think about it. We're having elections and the topic of discussion is prices of food. How the fuck can you say you have a civilized society and that's a problem? Like that hasn't been figured out. The price of food or fucking people having a place to stay. Like at this point, if that's still a topic of discussion, then you have me believe that there's some corrupt people that want that shit to be like that. It's 2024, bitch. This shit hasn't been solved all this time. That means there's people that want it to be like that. You can't tell me that it just hasn't been a solution. But then you want me to believe that you're intelligent and you're smart. Like this is weird. Like they want you to believe that a doctor is so smart and intelligent. He's smarter than you when it comes to health, but yet he can't find a cure. So you're smarter than me, but you can't find a cure. You're so smart, and you want me to believe you're so smart. But then when I say, why isn't there a cure? Or when I say certain things to you, you act like that's not possible. But so why the fuck am I talking to you then? What the fuck can you help me with then? Are you just here to tell me what you can't do, or like fucking are you just trying to steal my money and make it look like you know what you're doing? Is which what I think you're doing? Trying to steal my fucking money. Dr. Scrooge ass faggot. Crusty crab ass piece of shit. Joe fucking penny pinching ass. That's what they always say. Jewish people are fucking they're hella stingy. They like, you know how they have those jokes and shit, like a Jewish person will like step on somebody's hand if they're picking a penny on the ground. Like he'll step on the hand and like take the penny. Like because that's the Jewish mentality, because they're traumatized. Anytime you're greedy and you're stingy, it's not because you don't have a lot, it's because you're so traumatized that you losing something, even if it's something you have a lot, it causes you trauma because you're so low mentally, you're so depressed, you're so traumatized and so mentally disturbed that if you lose something you have a billion of, it's still going to cause you distress because you have an OCD trauma that you can't take because you're so fucked up. That's how these Jewish people are. That's why they call them Jewish stingy. This is why these billionaires, they have to make more money and they make billions because they're stingy because they have a blockage. So like they really don't need that extra money that they're trying to keep, but they need it so it can satiate their OCD. See what I'm saying? Like they're fucking mentally ill. This is why they have to go out and always be controlling people, buying because they need that power because they're lacking. They don't got shit. Yeah, they're nobodies. Don't take them serious at all. Man, that heater feels hella good. But I honestly kind of think though, the, well, actually no, I'm not gonna get into that. Like I said, I gotta pretend, I gotta see, make sure I know what I'm speaking on. Cause I don't know if motherfuckers watching my shit. Well, I already do know, cause that's why it's good to always stay tapped in and connected to self because it'll always lead you to the right decision. Like any negative, like I'm at a point right now where any negative decision, any negative thing that happens to me out of a decision I made, it wasn't because I didn't know. It was because I just chose to do it because I was in my ego. Because everything I know. So you got to get to that knowing state. So you'll know when to stop doing shit, when to do shit, and when to you'll have that inner spiritual navigation system. Like GPS is SNS. So the GPS spiritual navigation system, it's like it navigates you. So you're not lost by their bullshit. You have to learn how to develop it, open it up, and be guided by that. Don't let these pieces of shit, because they'll throw distractions and people, and you have other dumbass people in your life. Even sometimes parents can tell you. Like me, I've always been smart, so anybody that told me something, I automatically knew it was bullshit. But then they'll have people. They'll sometimes people come and distract you to have you focus on things that aren't important, and then have you waste years of your life on something that isn't important, because you don't want to waste years of your life on something that is not important. That is not what you want to do. So you gotta always make sure like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's 6 o'clock. Hold on. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. Yeah, I got like 20% left. I'll probably be online, be here for a minute, or not a minute, but I thought my battery's gonna run low, but it's good. Yeah, I talk so much fucking. I talk so damn loud. It's kind of annoying because every time I want to make a video inside, they be tripping because I be cussing and talking to. Like I can't talk like this. This is why I'm about to get the fuck up out of here real soon. Cause I want to be able to at least do my shit and speak how I want to speak. But at the same time, I'm saving hella money though. I'm saving hella money because I'm not trying to fucking waste no money on no damn rent. Unless I get myself into a position where I'm making at least probably like 10 grand a month or close to that, I'm not paying for no fucking rent. Like I'm gonna just save my money and um do something else with it. That's one thing I'm so happy I've been doing this Qigong shit. I'm so happy I've been doing it because it's making me not really be phased by a lot of shit like a lot of normal people would be. This is why you have to be doing it for a long time. You got to do it consistently to really get the results. So, a lot of problems you guys think you may have, you don't have to have those problems. You don't have to have those problems but you have to do things and be in a certain mindset where you don't have those problems. So do things in life that the normal person doesn't do. You see what I'm saying? We gotta know what the fuck's going on here. So like once I started doing certain things like qigong, yoga, fasting, and all shit like that, that's when I started realizing and understanding like life is not what you think it is. And even after you do qigong yoga and you start feeling the benefits, you still have to deprogram your mind to truly not really believe that you're in the new you want to believe you're the new you, because if you still believe in the past, you're still gonna kind of you're gonna be conflicted and confused. So like the more I did yoga, fasting, qigong, the more I realized like this human body is it's 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 stronger than what you think it is. You don't need that much shit. And it's not about, oh, I don't need shit. It's about it's not like I don't need shit and I'm a normal person. It's just I'm more stronger. So I'm more stronger now than when I was eating 3, 4 years ago. Next year, 2 years, I'm gonna be younger and stronger. You're supposed to grow younger. You're supposed to grow stronger. That's why you guys look at my videos. You see me now and how I act and talk. Look at my videos a year ago, 2 years ago. You see how I look younger, more rejuvenated, little by little, because that's how you're supposed to be. You're gonna see. You even see like my old video like a year ago. Go back. I'm gonna unprivate all my other videos. I keep saying that. Damn it. I keep fucking like, because I have so much shit I'm doing throughout the day, and it's not like so. I fucking like I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna unprivate some of them because it takes a long time to do all of them. But I'm gonna private like 2 or 3 today, and I'm gonna put them on my communities tab just so you guys get to see. Like you're supposed to get younger and more rejuvenated. When you die, it has nothing to do with age or health. It has to do with your spirit learned all the lessons and it's gonna disconnect the plug and remove the spirit from the body. And that can happen by you just falling to the fucking ground or you going to sleep and just not waking up. That's death. Death is also killing a mentality and killing a thought. And so death is many different things. So let's just get that out, that you have to die by this and that. All they said is you have to die. They didn't say you have to die by this, and that. You just have to die. Death comes in many ways. But when you do qigong, yoga, fasting, all that shit, it puts you in a situation where not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, in a way where the life starts to be a little bit more different. It starts to be a little bit more different. You can hold in more because you're building energy up, and this energy is gonna play out in you not you feeling you're not gonna feel your body as much. You're gonna feel more like a more lighter. So you're not feeling so much density. So you're able to do more with the body because it doesn't feel like you're using it as much, but you are using it because you're that extra energy that you're building. That's what's fueling you. So like, and this happens over a course of years, months and years. It doesn't happen over just a few weeks or a week or a day. You have to do this for at least a year to start getting these results. I'm at 4 months of doing this, and I'm just starting to really feel the results. They say 4 months is really when you start feeling the energy. I'm at 4 months, and this is the beginning. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on this shit, and I'm gonna tell you guys. But where I'm at right now, I feel very like I feel more rejuvenated. Like even when I'm doing my daily tasks and I'm doing my shit, I come up with better thoughts, ideas. I'm able to everything just feels more powered. I feel like it's funny. I made a joke to my grandma. I felt like my hands have motors in them. I felt like my hands have a motor in them because like when I like want to scratch my back was itching and I scratched it and I reached my back so quick and it didn't even feel like I was moving my hand. It felt like I was like using a machine, like my hand was a machine or I didn't fit. It's weird. Like everything felt like I wasn't really moving it. Like my body was like a mechanical machine because that energy is I'm tapping into the real human body. Once you build, this is why Tom Elamine, if you go back to his channel to January 2020, he walked from San Francisco to LA. That's a 6 hour drive in car. That's a 5 hour, yes, 5 to 6 hour drive in car. This nigga walked. Obviously, he didn't walk there all at once. He took breaks, but this nigga walked the whole damn thing within a short period of time for somebody who's fucking walking. So he built that off energy and what he was doing, because he was speaking about this shit in 2020, and I didn't fucking. I was like, chi energy. I didn't think it. I didn't think anything of it. But I remember seeing this nigga walk, and I was like, that's crazy. And he kept saying meditation, chi, energy, and I just blew that shit off. And then now I see what the fuck he's talking about. I'm not at that level, but I can see how he can do that. I can see how he can do that. And this goes to everything in life. So whatever you do at life, let's say you're an artist, you're a musician, it's gonna make you better at that. So this makes you better at whatever you're doing. It's not exclusive to one thing. Like you may see some people who do qigong who aren't breatharian. That's because they didn't program the energy to do that, or that's not their path, or because not everyone's meant to be breatharian, and that's fine. But you could program it to your own whatever you're doing. Like some people, they may have a lifestyle, whatever they have. Then it helps them feel that and make it better. It's about making your life more. Then this right here is a simple thing you can do to, I would say, take your power back in a way that's free, that you could do at home, and that you can, because you'll notice the more you do this, you're not gonna want to consume as much. Even like your desire to like the fap and all that other shit, watch porn. That's just, if you have issues with that, this shit will help that. But you have to do this consistently for at least 2 to 3 months for you to start seeing results on that level, because you have to let this energy build. The energy is like it's building. It doesn't just build in one day or overnight. It takes months, years to build the energy. And when you build it, you want to keep it up and stay consistent with it to keep building it. But you'll start feeling these results. Like even like now when I see like certain, I don't know, even when I'm like looking at people and shit, dealing with just people in general. Like if I see somebody, because I have a Venus in Aquarius, and I have a Mars in Aquarius. So one thing I'm realizing is that I'm at a point right now where if your mind is fucked up, especially when I see females, if your mind is fucked up, that's a turnoff. Like I don't like, even if a female is fine, if she has a fucked up mentality, because I have Mars and Venus in the sixth house in Aquarius. If her mind's fucked up, that just takes points off. Like it's not even attractive anymore. Like I don't care if the bitch is a 10, if she has a stupid way of thinking and she acts a certain way, that's like a 7 to me at that point. That's not even good. Like it takes looks off. So I noticed with this energy, I'm able to like really like see people for who they fucking are. Like because I'm able to see people because my awareness is a little bit more deeper. I've noticed from doing it. Not saying it wasn't deep before, it was always deep, but I've noticed it's a lot more deeper because like I said, it adds on to what you're doing. So this shit, my awareness is a little bit more deeper, so I could actually feel the energy. If I see somebody in a trauma, when I say somebody's in a trauma fucked up state, I can see it. I can feel it in them. I can feel the energy, the vibe they give me. I feel it way more. And then when I see that shit, I could see the course of events that will play out if I fuck with this person. Because when I was young, I always used to always ask myself, like, why the fuck? I used to have intuition when I was young, but I never used to like. I will listen to it sometimes, but then sometimes I wouldn't. Because there'll be people telling me like, "Oh, you have to be logical and shit." And it didn't tell me this, but subconsciously, that's what I picked up. So some days, some days I wouldn't listen to it, but the times I would listen to it, it will be like everything will work out in my favor. But when I didn't listen to it, shit would not work out. So that's when I started realizing, okay, I gotta listen to it. And then every time I started telling people around me, oh, if I listen to myself and I don't go by whatever everyone's telling me, shit would be good. People look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, I forgot where I was going with that shit, but I was going with that shit. But you guys get what I'm saying. Take the fucking message and move the fuck on. But but like I said, this qigong. Don't be sleeping on this. Don't regret. Don't not do it because the time is going. Like I've been preaching this shit for the past 2 months to you guys. I've started in July, but so I've been talking about it probably the past 2 months. I know when I was at Atlanta, I was talking about it. So it's been already 2 months because that's in September when I was in Atlanta, and I was doing it, and I did a session before that, and I actually did a session the beginning of this year in March, but I got off of it. But like I said, imagine if you guys were doing it for 2 months, like when I was doing it, where you would be at right now. See how fast these 2 months went. Imagine if you were doing it March. Imagine if I was doing it March like I was doing it. This is why you want to do it now. So in the next 2-3 years, you have something to fall back on. You have that back pocket energy. Like Dolo, he be saying. Shout out to him. He be saying that. Dolo be saying that. Back pocket energy. What he means by that is like you have something in the future that you want to do, that you built up now. Especially when Saturn, because like I said, I know I keep talking about Saturn and Aries, but the reason I say it because Aries' rules are ambitions and our goals and what we want to start doing and starting something new. And we all want to start something new, but when that shit gets into Aries, it's gonna be really, really hard to start something new. I don't want to say it's gonna be hard, but you're gonna be going through a lot of trials and tribulations, and you'll be able to do it because it's a learning process. It's a square. Saturn and Aries is a learning. Saturn and Capricorn, Aries squares that. So it's a learning. Saturn and Capricorn will be learning. So if you're able to stay strong through that transit, then it's gonna be good. But it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be the energy's not gonna feel like you want to do shit. And even when you do shit, it's gonna be weird. And you're gonna want it now. Don't have that in mentality. So I say start right now. So you're not in that impatient energy and feeling like, damn, I wish I would have done it sooner and shit. Like I'm like, because when I first started doing this Qigong in July, I told myself I'm just gonna do this for a little bit and I'll probably do it here and there. Now I'm never stopping doing this. If somebody even tries to get in my way to stop me, I'm gonna be hella upset and pissed off, and probably do something that may end up me having a felonious assault charge. or if it's a bitch in my motherfucking crib, a domestic dispute charge, and I don't want either or of those. So hold on, give me a minute, guys. But if anybody got any more questions, yeah. And also, I need to also start talking about fasting as well, because I kind of been slowing down on that. Well, I still do it every month. I go at least probably like 5-7 days minimum every month. But like last fast I went on was last week. But that right there, you, I'm probably gonna make another whole live stream about fasting because that needs to be tackled in a certain way. You don't want to just going to start fasting. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to just start fasting to get people on it. Like somebody who's never done it, you need to start doing it just to get it on it. But it needs if you're gonna do it, you need to have a pattern. Like first of all, ask yourself: are you fasting to heal like an illness, or are you trying to become food free and be more sustained from energy? Because when it comes to that, it's more than just fasting. It's not that's not even what I call it fasting. Fasting is fasting only applies to if you're trying to heal an illness or lose weight. If you're trying to become a so-called breatharian and live off cheap, so-called cheap prana, what they call that, then that's not fasting. You're gonna have to be transitioning. So that's gonna take more of a pattern. It's gonna take more of a pattern. Like you got to fast 3 days, take a break, probably do five, take a break, or do one, take a break. Like it's gotta be a routine. And when you do end your fast, you can't just eat heavy. You're gonna have to just end it with liquids, then go with just liquids, and then maybe eat something hard if you need to, but it's a transition. So what depending on what you want to do is what you need to be doing. Like so, if you're trying to fast to be breatharian or be sustained off chi prana, which some of you guys are, then that's a transition. You need to pretty much be in your mind eliminating food from your diet, pretty much. Which sounds like a contradiction because food and diet, but you can eat other shit besides fucking solid food. So always keep that in mind. What you want, like, but there's nothing wrong with fasting if you want to lose weight or heal an illness, especially healing an illness and losing weight. Better than that Ozempic bullshit. Lose weight fasting, that's good. But the thing is, when you lose weight fasting, you got to be sustaining it because you'll gain that weight back quick, hella fast, probably faster than if you lost it naturally because you're losing it so quick. So you gotta, if you like, a lot of people can lose like 10 pounds or probably more in like a short period of time if you just fast. And then if you really doing it fast and work out, like go to the gym, work out while you're fasting, damn, you lose a lot of weight. But then when you start eating, eat like vegetables and shit like that and maintain it. A lot of people, they fast and then they eat garbage and then they gain it back. And then, but health is a very simple. Health is very simple. It's not easy because it takes discipline. It takes discipline. Some people have discipline more and easier than others. Damn, it's so fucking windy today, dude. Damn. Why the fuck is it windy? This fake ass wind. Cause I like doing my qigong outside, but when it's windy, it's too fucking annoying. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's that though. That's that. But you really want to do the key. You really want to stay on that shit though. Once you start, you don't want to stop. And I'm gonna keep reiterating and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's very important. You don't stop doing it once you start. I even go and say, don't even start if you plan on stopping. If you plan on stopping doing qigong or yoga within 6 months, well, I don't want to say that because you can't get a lot of benefits from yoga or health benefits. So I don't want to tell anybody that, but just take it serious because anybody that wants to do it, even if you do it one day, it's better than not doing it at all. So I don't want to even say it like that. But if you want to get real benefits that is gonna last and not just go away after the next day, because if you just do it for a week, it's just gonna go away the next day. If you want to get shit that's gonna last and and fill it onto the utmost potential, then you have to make it consistent. Like the yoga, for example. I started yoga in February 2021. I have a video of the first day I did yoga. I'm gonna unprivate it and I'm gonna upload it today. I'm gonna put that video on there. That's the first day I did yoga. It was called Yoga and Depression, and yoga helped my depression or something like that. I remember. Some of you guys probably remember. It was in February 2021. That was the first year I did yoga. Ever since February 8th of 2021, I've been doing yoga every day. The neck yoga, at least for my neck. I've been doing it every day. And since July of 2022, I've been doing it 2 times a day. So I've been doing it every day. And when I first started it in 2021, and I'm telling you guys this to show you guys how slow and how much you want to take it slow with this healing process. This is not overnight. Because who I am, because from 2021 to 2024, that's 3 years. From 2017, no, from 2018 to 2021, that's 3 years. From 2018 to 2021, there was certain things I was dealing with that it didn't get better. But then from 2021 to 2024, it's like I'm a new person. So I know that yoga removed certain things. And I don't even like when I look back right now, even when I look back a year ago, even when I look back the beginning of this year, I look at like the way I was thinking, the way I was talking, even when I look at a video of this year, the beginning of this year, it just looks different to me because my mind is in a different space because this thing is always putting my mind in a different space. So like I can't even imagine. That's how the healing process is like you growing up as a kid. You don't remember when you were 5, but you grew up, but you don't remember. Like it's like it was so slow because you went from 6, 7, 8, and it was so slow that it blended in. That's how it was. Like so, like when I look back 2021, the shit I was dealing with, it felt normal. But when like right now, I don't even feel a lot of this shit. Like I remember I had headaches 24/7. Then now, like I had to remind myself, like last year, I was like, I don't even have headaches like that no more. Like I forgot I didn't have headaches because that's how slow it went away. But at one point, it was so bad, I was trying to find a solution to get rid of the headache. That's the main reason I started doing the yoga. And then when the headache went away, I didn't know it went away because it happened so fucking slow. And then so much shit was going on. So that's what I'm saying. When you're on the healing process, you're like growing up mentally. You're not just growing up like because they talk about growing up. Oh, I'm gonna grow up. There's two types of growing up. There's growing up when you're 5 years old and you grow up to be 20. That's growing up, and then there's spiritually growing up where you're aware more. You're able to look back at the actions you did and look at it from a different perspective. Like that was kind of weird, or I was in a more of a lower mind. That's type of growing up. So that's the growing up you do when you're on the spiritual path doing this work. You're supposed to be growing up. Like you know how kids say, when I grow up, I want to be this. You should never stop saying when I grow up, I want to be this. Because you ain't really grown up yet. You always growing up. Like when I grow up, I want to be a breatharian and I want to be somebody who's self-sustaining. That's what I want to be when I grow up. That's like a kid. That's like a kid will say that they want to be a lawyer or they want to be an astronaut or a police. Like I want to be a fucking breatharian when I grow up mentally, because we all gonna be something mentally when we grow up. You see what I'm saying? Because like, well, I'm grown up compared to 2021 when I started yoga, and when I look back, like I remember that like, even like certain shit, like I don't like to get, I don't want to get into certain shit, but certain things I was doing, I told you guys, like I didn't even like, I couldn't do that like 3 years ago because my mind was, because I don't know, like my mind was so slow. When back in 2021, I didn't have, my mind wasn't as strong and quick with it, so it was hard for me to like accumulate money and just do simple shit. And I thought that was me, or to hold a conversation. And I thought that was me. So after doing the stretching and the yoga it made me realize that isn't me. Like I realized that was just the trauma that was there. But when I remove the trauma, I can actually be myself. And then who I was nothing like anything. So all the shit that like you thought you gave a fuck about, is like you're not even identified with it no more. Because it's like you remove like some dead skin that was just there. That's how it felt. So like mentally, you're just in a different space. That's literally how I felt. So it's so slow process. So don't rush the whole, especially the yoga thing. Like depending on everyone's blockage is different though. Like I said, some of you guys can do yoga for like 6 months and you'll be good. That means your blockage wasn't as intense. So some people, you have, the more severe your problem is, the more fucked up your mental health is, the more like damaged you are, whatever, the more it's gonna take you longer to get rid of the blocks. But the thing is, though, that means the more power you have, though, because you have more power. Because the spirit will only give you what you can handle. Since you went through all that, you can handle it. and that means you have a lot of power. That means because you were in a position to do a lot of shit. That's why you have a lot of blockages versus somebody else. They may not have a lot because maybe they're a new spirit or they're not powerful enough. Or not saying that has to always be a way, but because some people just not make a certain decision. But most people are just fucking retarded though. Yeah. Damn, where the fuck is my shit go? What the fuck is my goddamn shit, dude? I'm gonna knock somebody the fuck out. So I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, nigga. Yeah. But we gotta start doing our shit right, man. Stop wasting fucking time on this shit. Damn, we 2 hours in. Holy shit. If I turn this camera back on, you guys get to see the sun is gonna be out. It's funny when I turned the camera off, it was dark outside. If I turn this camera on, this is gonna be fucking. It's gonna be hella like bright outside and shit. Yeah. Oh man. Damn, this wind is fucking blowing like crazy. Like, calm the fuck down, nigga. Yeah, I might probably end up doing my qigong inside. Shit's crazy. I don't know. I might do it outside. It depends. I'll probably do it outside. I like the way the wind is. But it's just the fucking like if it was later on, it's just the wind. It's hella cold in the morning. That's the thing. Fuck, somebody sent me a message. Yeah. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. What's good with it? Yeah, guys, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna switch this channel up. I'm gonna switch this channel up. Don't be surprised if I stop making videos for a minute. Cause I don't know. Actually, if I'm gonna make if I'm not gonna stop making videos. If I make videos, it's gonna be just solely based upon um qigong videos and teaching about health. Because that's what needs to be really exposed. There's a lot of bullshit in the health. The whole health is bullshit. Every doctor is a stupid ass. Doctors are retarded. Um They're dumb, they're stupid, they're all, you know, that story, Dr. Jekyll, how it was about a doctor who gets off on torturing patients. Like that's the whole concept of a doctor, what they did. They created it to be like that because all of their treatments, every time you hear the word treatment, it's really um um trauma. It's not treatment, it's trauma. They're causing trauma to the body. So that's a this is why, like, you never hear a holistic healer say, "Oh, we're gonna give you a treatment." They tell you we're gonna give you this herb to heal you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's about healing the body. Anytime you hear the word treatment, it's synonymous with trauma, and they're trying to cause trauma to the body in a way that it's it, it's fixing your like it's like drugs. You're depressed, so you snort cocaine. Okay, I snort cocaine, but and I'm not depressed, but the cocaine's damaging me. So it's about trauma. It's not treatment. They want to cause trauma. Not so trauma is synonymous with treatment. So this is why you can't. I don't take any of these doctors serious because they don't want to heal you. They can't heal you. They have to give you something that's gonna get you. Because true healing is spiritual. True healing is actually making sacrifice and actually making yourself important. Self care is actually vanity. So once you have to take care of yourself and you're very sick, you have to cut everybody and everything out in your life and focus on you. And in this system, the corporations don't make money like that. They have to. This is why in society, as a kid, they try to program you to make you think that you're not important, that other people are more important, and that you got to put your feelings aside. Because it's not that they see that important. It's all about money. So where the fuck was I at? I need to fucking go. I kind of forgot where I was at. But yeah, shit like that and shit. But yeah, I forgot where I was at. Hmm. Yeah, I forgot where I was at. Maybe I can remember. Put my motherfucking my motherfucking. I programmed this motherfucking shit. But yeah, shit's crazy. Hold on, if I could go watch my video. Treat me, child. Okay, I remember what I was saying. The treatment and trauma. Yeah, about the fucking like. That's all they really want to do though. Yeah, don't take. I don't fuck with doctors. I don't take them serious at all. So yeah, that's what I was speaking on. I forgot. See, that shit made me. I didn't even. I didn't even go. I told you. Remember, I told you. I was like, I programmed this. Let me see if I can remember. I didn't even look at the video. You guys probably don't believe me. I don't give a fuck. I was about to look at the video, and then right when I said that, I remembered this shit. I was like, okay, I remember this shit. Because my mind be going all over the place with the information. I'd be forgetting shit sometimes. I'd be like, damn. Because a lot of shit, it be flowing to me. The information. It's like my information, like I get, like I just know. Like some stuff I just like some things in life that happen to me, like I just literally know it. So when I'm telling you guys stuff, it's like I know what I'm saying and like I'll know it beforehand. Like even people would tell me like, am I psychic and shit? And it's like it's not even that I'm psychic, it's just I put shit together so much. I don't know, maybe it's my sixth house stellium. I'm able to really analyze shit and I don't know what the fuck it is. And it's in Aquarius. So I'm really able to analyze shit. But it's like I just be knowing shit sometimes, and like, cause it be just streaming to me. Cause I remember back in 2008, something happened, and I remember like some shit happened. I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I was smoking back the other day. I was smoking, and some shit happened, and fucking um, I don't know. I don't even want to get into that stupid shit, but it's weird shit happened, and some other shit. Something happened to me. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the smoking. It was something that happened to me around that time. And I remember I just had a realization about shit. And ever since around that time, I started able to be, I don't know, I started able to be hella deep at certain shit. I don't want to get too much into that shit. I'm done. I don't want to even say that. Fuck that. But I don't know. Something happened. I think in 2008, I think I was smoking or had some type of epiphany. Some shit happened. Like I remember, man. Ever since that day, everything just started. I was able to comprehend more. That's the best way to put it. Comprehend. I got a boost in my comprehension or some shit, and I was able to know certain things. I don't know what the fuck it was. It's weird. I'm sure a lot of you guys experienced that shit. Some of you guys have experienced that shit. If you experienced it, let me know and make a video or say some shit about it. I know some of you guys experienced that. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I know some of you guys had to experience some shit like that. So at least somebody who watched my channel, who's gonna watch this video. You see what I'm saying? Somebody had to experience that shit. Yeah. Yeah, and this vehicle, dude, I think I got lucky with this vehicle. I went and got this oil change, right? The other day, 2 days ago, I went and got an oil change. And they gave me the oil change, right? And then the lady said, did you just work on this car? This car looks brand new. Like you just, it looks like the new part, like things are, it's not a new car, but it looks like it's worked on. And I'm like, I just bought it like a few months ago. And she's like, oh, you got a good deal on it. And I guess the nigga who had the car fucking, he must have, because when I got this car, it looked like a fucking, it's a 97, but it looked like a fucking new ass car. Like he just fixed it up and everything. And then the dude he sold it to me, he, you guys won't even believe this shit. I think it's some agent shit. I don't know. It's weird shit. The dude who sold me the car said the guy who, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say. I don't know. I don't want to say it. Fuck it. I'm not gonna say it. I don't know what to say and what not to say on this fucking shit no more. I don't know. I ain't gonna say it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll say. He said the guy who had the car before me. I guess he used to go around and start like steal shit, and I guess they took the car from him. So I guess that's what happened or some dumbass shit. Yeah. I'm just chilling though. I'm gonna do my Qigong probably in about, who knows. I'm gonna do it in the morning. Damn, I feel hella fucking strong right now. See, when you guys do this Qigong, the more you can feel the energy. Yeah. So you guys, I don't know. It sounds like the way my arm moves is hella like, it's hella like flow. Yeah, when you do Qigong, it puts you in a constant relaxed state. So everything is always in flow. See, like it looks like I'm just moving my hand, but my hand feels like it's like, it doesn't even feel like I'm moving my hand really. See, because everything's more in flow. Because my energy is more different. Like I've been doing this shit for 4 months, so I could literally sit here and do the energy with my hand. Just literally do certain things just to start the energy. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of energy. But I think I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys up later. Peace.